Welcome back. Who's ready for hunting season? I know we are. So today we're going to be setting up tree stands at the property that we showed in the previous video of us setting up the trail cameras. We're getting a lot of good bucks, so we wanted to get the tree stands out there as soon as possible, kind of get it used to it, get the human scent off of it and all that kind of stuff. So we set them up at camera 3, 5, and 6, where we're getting most of the bigger bucks, daylight pictures, a lot of deer activity. So that's where we decided to set up our stands. Alright, so we're at the second spot, and you can see that the deer have been through here and they've been eating and walking through here, doing whatever, but for some reason the camera's not picking them up, so we decided to move the camera. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was at a bad angle or something, but behind me there's a stand that was already on the property before we got it, and it's a perfectly good stand. It's just the top strap is routed away, so we're gonna put a new strap up top there to secure it, and maybe even hunt this spot, because like I said, the deer are still moving through here. We're just not getting them on camera for some reason, but you can see that they've been through here plenty of time. But we'll go ahead and get up on that stand and put the strap on, and then I'll kind of direct Scott, you know, what kind of limbs I want to cut down. That way during bow season they're not all in my way. But back up too. There you go. You want me to put that louder again on the back side? What we're doing, since it's such a narrow shooting window, we're just marking out 10, 15, and 20 yards with the rangefinder, just so I have a general idea. I don't have a huge shooting window here, but based on the tracks that we see, the deer do move through here. They've been eating the corn. We just haven't been getting pictures on them for some reason, but we're trying to fix that. But this is just going to be probably a backup stand. Since the stand was already here, all we had to do was add a ratchet strap to it. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, now I can get all the way. I can even, matter of fact, behind where the camera's at now, I can even get it. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you can see it fell off here. One, two, three, four of them, right? 5 of them, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so right there. That one. And then I don't have another channel. We got this baby juicy on one. Oh, he's holding the shaft this time. Too much of a wing because then you can't strive. Yeah. I don't mind that. Sorry, hold on. Good. I got this. All right. You that way? Yep. All right. And I got him. Make it easier. That's probably not bad. I think I did one. Well, if it's just going right above my head, and then I'm right here, then. Hold it. Just take one. I can't get the fucking thing back. It's going to be hard when you're not in the best position to do it. That's what I'm saying. Take your time. You get it? I have no idea. Okay, well, I gotta let go some. Okay, there we go. Oh my god. No, I didn't get shit. Pull that fuck off. I'm trying to sell. What the fuck, man? You get to see one tight. That one there tight, George. Oh shit. Holy hectors. Maybe not as easy as I thought, but
Lesson learned on this one. Don't try to put it together in the woods. If you do, take everything with you. Throw them on there and pulley, yeah. A little bit. We need that one. I got it. You good? Yep. Shit, earth or up through close to your hands and back down close to you, right into there. Yeah. Just twist your ass and put it on.
Exactly 20 yards to that corn pod.
Right. You good? Yep. All right, good. Oh, you're gonna have to go faster than that, brother. Okay, I'll hold you put it in. Oh, fuck me, holy shit. Go. This motherfucker twists up quick, don't it? Looks like it's just gonna have to be there for. You need a break? No. You sure? Okay, you gotta pull it towards the tree a little bit so I can get with it. I'm trying to go. Nope, there. Okay. Just, hold on. We'll straighten it out. We can put the other strap on and straighten it all out. That's fine. No, it's not. No, it's not. All right. Did I tell you about this? Go ahead, let go. There's no going right. Grab the strap on with the right hand.
So after putting up all of our tree stands, the 3 that we put up, we do have some recommendations for you guys. One is definitely bring the proper equipment. One would be having an A-frame ladder, so you can have somebody else go up there and carry the stand and help you get it set, which we ended up bringing the second day. We did not bring the first day, and we struggled a lot. But another thing is, the stands that we had are made by Bigfoot. I think it's a Bigfoot XL. They come with its own strap that it wraps around the tree, and that's nice. But I definitely would recommend having another ratchet strap to put around the tree stand in the tree just to make sure that it's secure and tight. Another thing that we would recommend is wearing a safety harness when you go up there, which we did not do. But if you're going to be trying this, especially by yourself, definitely have a safety harness on. Also, have the right tools to put your stands together. We went out into the woods and kind of rushed out there and didn't bring the tools. So we had to use channel locks and a pair of needle nose pliers. But you can need a ratchet, a socket, or a cordless drill can even do it, because they are nylon nuts, so you're going to need something to crank those nuts down. Yeah. So another thing, based on our tree stand positions, that is all based off solely doing scout work with the camera. The camera did a lot of the thinking for us of how the deer are moving, which way they're normally traveling, how they're coming in, and that's how we positioned our tree stands. Also, I'm right-handed, so I also position the tree stand in a certain way to where I can turn a certain way where I think they're gonna come. They might, it's not, maybe not the most traveled path they use, but there are some deer signs, so I wanted to make sure that I had plenty enough room to turn to my right with the bow. And I would recommend that before just throwing up tree stands is kind of do some scout work, see where they're moving, see the game trails, see what they're feeding off of, stuff like that. Where they're bedding is a big thing. And all these tree stands are near, if not real close to the bedding areas, or very close, or they're pretty close to the bedding areas that I know that they're coming out of, either in the day or the night or whatever the case may be. And I know they're traveling down that way, so I wanted to set up the tree stand in between the bedding area where they travel into the feed station that we had for them, so I can catch them going from bedding to feeding in the middle. So before you set up your tree stand, just make sure you do a little bit of scout work.
With the disclaimer, I can't do the disclaimer.
Just don't fucking do this.
If you want this, you can video it, because I mean, it's for the most part how you do it, unless you're lucky and you're smart enough to bring a fucking ladder. But you can see all my steps are pointing down. Let's see here. Holy mother of God. Too old for this shit. Hold that right there.
Welcome back, hunters.